Hello, welcome to Double Talk. My name is Mark Steffen.
You know, I don't know if I could do the show because I wasn't here at the early rehearsals.
Yes.
And I only got the script like 5 minutes ago. So I don't know how I'm going to do it.
You're just going to have to improv it.
You know I can't improv. Can't argue there. I'm Michael Mandel.
Yes.
Oh, did I get my name first? Right, finally in the show, because it starts Mark Steffen, then Michael Mandel, but here I'm first. That's good.
That's alphabetically,
Correct. Good. So what's the deal with Odile?
Well, it
caused
a
hurricane.
It caused us a fair amount of rain.
Were you here this past week?
I liked a lot. I was here a lot.
You love it.
This week.
And I hate it.
We needed this rain. I'm glad it came by way of a Baja hurricane.
Baja.
And there it is, approaching the tip of the Sea of Cortez.
Yes. A lot of crap was going on, and there it is. What's that skinny leg there? That's that isthmus of the Baja.
Yes.
Show us where Puerto Penasco is. So it knocked down a few things because it had winds up to 160 miles an hour. You don't even drive that fast.
Not quite.
Sometimes.
Here it is in Tucson, causing all kinds of water damage.
We got a lot of
flooding.
Water damage, I'm guessing.
We're getting water damage at my house.
Flooded. Things are flooding. I had to go dig drainage trenches because the eaves come off in one section. It goes into a flower pot. Well, that's not big enough to hold it, so I had to dig down to absorb some of that water.
I've got freestanding water. I basically have a pond in my yard.
We should tax it, so it's no longer free. Freestanding water.
So for people who need sandbags,
it's a little too late for that.
In case it starts raining again, you can get free sandbags at your local fire station.
I think if you made it through Thursday, you'll make it through the rest of the year.
Well, you're able to get up to, I think it's 15 sandbags if you go to the fire station.
According to the paper, it was 10.
10?
But you know...
Go twice.
I mean, what's the deal? It's sand. It's a bag.
You're right.
You could do it. Not only that, how much is 10 sandbags going to keep you from getting flooded?
You know, they should have sandbag filling machines. Doing it by hand is slow, laborious, and dangerous.
They just get a used donut machine to go. Or, you know, Sweet Cece's has those, the ice cream things. Just go like that, put sand. Put like gravel and sand, and then you can get either gravel or sand, or you get a mixture.
You get sprinkles on top?
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Jujubes.
So anyway, so the weather made big news here.
And big trouble.
Good news.
Hopefully everybody made it through the week without hitting their car into another car, because everybody goes nuts when it's raining.
Well, I hope it doesn't spur the mosquito population. Like
I was driving
in
up
my
to
part of town,
to the show today, and I saw a few mosquitoes flying down the road in front of me. They were so fat and juicy. God.
Yeah, the kind that when you smash them, they leave a big red splotch.
Yes.
Now, hopefully, it won't be raining today, this afternoon at least.
Yes. We don't know about today.
Over at Young Park, they're having a big election fest going on. The celebration of democracy, they're calling it.
For both parties, two-party system. What is your party going to be there? The no-party system? Are you going to be there? Because you're a no-party guy.
You don't have to be a registered voter of any political cult to attend.
No, but you don't have to do any voting or anything. You just have to be inspired to go to the elections.
Right.
And to sign up to vote either party.
Right. Now, candidates will be there. You can ask them questions. Candidates running for election in November. So that's something going on, and it's free, of course, so at Young Park until 5 o'clock tonight.
If you're there, say hi to Bob Libby. He'll be there. He's helping out.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Okay.
I'd help out if I had the ambition.
Now, I'm hoping Gary King will be there. He's running for governor of New Mexico against Susana Martinez. He is in town this week. He was here for the Dominici conference, and he also spoke at the Ramada Inn.
The young Gary King.
Thursday. And unfortunately, his third campaign manager resigned. So there's trouble in the King campaign. I hope he gets that squared away.
You know, campaigns are not easy. Everybody thinks, well, I'm me, everybody should love me. But nobody cares unless you put out the name and the image correctly. I've written to the Rocky Laura Association because I feel that her ads are emphasizing the wrong things. She complains that Steve Pierce signed on for luxury jets. On the other hand, she also says that she promises to come home every weekend. We don't want a politician who comes home every weekend. Your job is in Washington, D.C., and you should be spending your time convincing the opposition of your point of view. You should be going out and taking them to dinner so they become friends of yours. As speaking of dinner, you also shouldn't have an ad showing a lot of food in front of you. It's not a good image. It doesn't work for you, it works against you. That's my feeling on that. And get some more advertising.
Well,
you didn't have anything to say during that.
Well, what I was going to say about Gary King
was
that he's having trouble raising money, at least to keep up. There's no way he can compete with Susana Martinez's war chest
and the Koch brothers
fortune. But and that may be one of the reasons that his campaign managers are resigning left and right. He just doesn't have enough money to wage the campaign that's he's going to need to wage to beat Susana Martinez. I fear that he won't be able to do what's needed.
Well, I fear that, but I don't think that we can say it's a done deal.
No.
He's not Hispanic. And
the
other part is that Susana's last polls are down to 50%. They're within 5 points of each other. So we don't know what's going to happen. It depends on all different things.
Well, as we know, historically Hispanics tend to vote Democratic, but also historically Hispanics tend not to vote. So that could hurt Gary King the way it could hurt Rocky Lara running for Congress.
Well, that's what the campaign party in the park today is for, to get people aware that these things happen. On Thursday, the Scottish people were allowed to decide whether or not they want to remain part of Great Britain or not, and so the electoral percentage of people going out, it was like over 80%.
Yes.
Never been that big.
They allowed 16 and 17-year-olds to vote.
Well, the 16-year-olds, I saw an ad that said the 16-year-olds say, we're old enough to have babies and to raise our own babies, so why can't we go and vote? Well, any idiot could have a baby. In fact, Sarah Silverman said the best time to have a baby is when you're a black teenager.
Really?
She said that.
Oh, well.
That's a good one.
I guess she knows what she's talking about.
Yes, she knows.
No.
She's a silver man.
Well, speaking of things that people can afford, the city council
of
Las Cruces voted in favor of raising the minimum wage, the official Las Cruces minimum wage, to $10.10 an hour.
Can I add the word yet again?
Yet again. But then what did they do?
What did they do?
They then backtracked, saying, oh no, but we can't really put it into law because it conflicts with the law we already have of $8.50.
And renegotiate, and that's why the 4 people who voted for it were previously against it, because they knew that it would come in conflict with the law that already stands, and that they could actually have it tied up in the council forever. Whereas if you made it a referendum for the people, it's the people speaking.
Well, usually when you pass a new law, it supersedes the previous law.
You would think.
Why doesn't it do that now?
I don't know.
I think it should.
Let's get all 4 people who voted for it: Miguel Silver, Ken Miyagishima,
yes, Levatino,
and who else? Greg Smith. All voted for it.
And what about the other council people?
They voted against it because they wanted it to be a referendum. They knew that, and it seemed like they were going to vote for it. They were for it. And Cafe was pushing to get it settled by the, I think they were actually getting it pushed so that they turn it into a referendum. The council double-crossed them.
What's strange is the people who wanted it voted against it. The people who didn't want it voted for it.
It was so weird.
And we don't have it.
A lot of people can't understand why that happened, but it's amazing what you can do with politics.
And we got snookered on this deal.
Once again.
Yes.
So neither of us get minimum wage anyway. What do we care?
I wonder what the minimum wage in Idaho is.
Why? You gonna move to Idaho?
Well, I don't know, but Idaho Street.
That is the worst segue.
In Las Cruces.
I've never heard a segue that bad.
It is pretty bad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Idaho Street, between Main Street and El Paseo, is under attack. Ladies and gentlemen.
The same thing that they want to do to Idaho was done about 5 years ago to Solano, and it's been a lot easier.
Well, yeah, but now you have to wait for cars to go by longer, because instead of the same amount of cars going by in 2 lanes, you have to wait for one long lane of cars to go by.
So you can't pass the slow people. But people can get out of the way to turn. But you know what happens when people turn on those 3-laners?
In the middle turning lane?
Their little ass of their car sticks out.
They don't know how to utilize it.
So you got to brake so you don't crash into them. If everybody had cars like that, then we wouldn't have to worry about accidents.
That's true.
They don't go further, they're going
so the city's seeking input on whether they should take Idaho from 4 lanes down to 2 driving lanes and a middle turning left lane.
So tell the city council, because we know from a recent activity that your voice counts with city council.
Exactly.
They'll do whatever you think you want, but not really do it.
Frankly,
They'll do what they want.
I'm against changing it from 4 lanes down to 3.
Yeah, I don't mind it the way
I'm
it
against
is.
it.
I think
Leave
it's
well
one
enough
street.
alone.
Well, that's never the case. People never leave well enough alone.
I wish they would add bike paths.
I
Frankly.
would wish that they would take all the land out of the side and make a 5-lane highway or street between El Paseo and Maine. It's not a big street. I mean, my favorite Chinese restaurant's there, so I go there a lot.
Yes. Oh, Kentucky Fried
No,
Mushu.
no. Well, you could do Kentucky Fried Chicken with soy sauce, but Imperial Kitchen. What is it? Imperial
I don't know. You
Palace.
go there.
Yes.
Okay. So,
What's next?
well,
Oh, you keep moving along.
Speaking
we're
of the
doing
city-
4 lanes. Yeah, I want to talk about that.
the city wants to raise the fees for trash collection now. And
They are going to.
In fact, they
because
are because they approved it.
They want to buy new trash picker-uppers. They
Trash
do
trucks
use those
and-
trash trucks a lot.
And other equipment. Well, they go through a lot of breaks because they have to stop in front of every house, raise your trash container.
But now, what they've also they're going to raise the rates. I think in December, about $2 a piece, $2.50 a piece.
Well, 12.6% residential.
Well, whatever that is. You don't
You'd be
know
pay-
math.
You'd
You
be
know
paying-
math?
I do. And
Really?
Nice fella. The rates are going to go up to $13.25 a month.
That would be about 12% of
Residential.
$11.
Now, commercial's going up as high as 25%.
Well, rats. But the other thing they're doing is getting smaller trash cans. They're going like from 65-gallon things to 45-gallon cans. They're about the same. They actually look a lot the same. Those are the other ones. But they're going to be skinnier, and you only have to pay $11. So you're back to the old. If you get
small-
those, you get.
So they'll take
$11.
away your bigger one if you ask them?
Yeah, I think so. But then again, we have a lot of trash cans that nobody's going to use if that happens. I also found out, because you should know this, it's viewership because you're all over 60. If you're 60, you can get the senior discount. And if you are over 60 and didn't tell me, shame on you. I just found out.
Gee, when I turn 60, I'll be the first to let you know.
You were.
The first?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't. I won't be.
No. Anyway,
Yeah, so
I'll see it.
So your utility rates will go up when you get your utility bill from the city. That's the same bill that you pay your gas and your sewer
Water.
and your water.
And your water. But not your electricity. So don't get that confused.
No.
And water will probably start going up too because we have less of it. I know it doesn't look that way from this past week, but
We're
we
still
do
in a
have
drought.
less. Although they did get a lot of rain up north, and you'd think that Elephant Butte would be picking up there. There's the different sizes. Not the exact color.
Well, a friend of mine who's up in Denver said they've already had some snow flurries in Denver.
Oh yes, I saw that. And but we don't care about that.
No, we get
We
that
do.
melt in the
I
springtime
know, that's good.
into our lakes and rivers.
Well, they could also, if it was going to precipitate there and it wasn't cold enough, we'd still get the water. So it doesn't matter what form it comes in. Why is that people all around town say, "Oh, I love the rain"? Do you like walking in the rain? Do you like what? The idea that it's cooler? It's autumn. You're one of these people. Whether you know it or not, you say you like the rain.
We
Or you
have
like
so
the
little of it. I'm
grayness.
glad when I see it come. I don't like the fact that my roof is leaking.
You like how gray it is.
I do. Now, if I lived in Seattle and it was an everyday occurrence, I may not like it so much.
My daughter moved when she went to college to New England because she said she's fed up with all this sun. But after
Yeah, but
4
she
to
changed.
6 years, he said,
Yeah,
the
now she's
sun
in
is not that bad. Now she's in sunny
Sunny
California.
Southern California,
Yes.
where they have more sunshine than
They
we
do.
do.
They do have more sunshine, but they also have real rain. And although they are having a drought
They're getting
as
rain.
well.
They had bad rain earlier this summer, and of course they have smog, which we don't have too much of.
No, we don't. Anyhow, we do have a lot of time to kill now because we're going to take a break.
We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back after these words.
Well, perhaps.
I hope so.
Maybe.
If you're living with diabetes and have Medicare or private insurance, here are some great news. Call United States Medical Supply today, and we'll send you the smallest glucose meter in the world, absolutely free.
It only takes a speck of blood, and it gives me my results in 5 seconds.
And there's no coding for easier, more accurate results.
Don't let diabetes get in the way of living. Give a call today at United States Medical Supply and get the smallest meter in the world for free.
Get ready, America! The Affordable Health Care Act is here, and it's got everyone asking, how do I find affordable health insurance that's right for me? The answer is simpler than you think. Pick up the phone and call I Can Benefit right now. Waiting for you is a team of licensed insurance agents who understand healthcare reform and can help you find the right plan to take care of you and your family's health. Don't wait. Call now and get the answers you deserve and a price you'll love.
Call toll-free 1-800-426-2163.
Celebrate, celebrate, Fiesta Motors.
Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a vehicle from Fiesta Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there.
Celebrate, Fiesta Motors, where buying a car is always a celebration.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Burke, and I have a confession to make. I have a serious crush on my workout. Hip, fun, and always a challenge. Jazzercise is the total package. It's the only workout that I've ever truly loved. Does it show? That's because I'm in the best shape of my life. What a difference Jazzercise makes. When's the last time your workout swept you off your feet? Find a class near you at jazzercise.com.
When you have credit card debt, the debt suckers' high rate and high pay are everywhere.
They're making another minimum payment. Great. Most of the money goes to us.
One call to Consolidated Credit can get the debt suckers off your neck.
And lower his rates. And consolidate his bills into one low payment. Consolidated Credit drives us batty.
Call Consolidated Credit now.
'Cause debt sucks.
Call now.
Call Consolidated Credit at 1-800-530-4571. Call now.
And we're back. Thanks for joining us right here on Double Talk, Channel 98's only Double Talk.
So stay tuned to that station. Don't change dials now. People have dials.
You've watched this long.
They don't have dials. Yes. Anyway,
Dial,
we were talking about trash like we usually love to talk about.
Well, yeah, cute white trash.
Yeah, cute white trash. That's prejudice.
No.
Cute any kind of trash.
Well, if it's cute.
If it's recyclable.
And tattoo-free, if possible.
Tattoo-free?
Yeah.
You need tattoos. How do you tell people apart without them?
Oh, we've seem to have done okay so far.
I guess so. What do you get? You had a lot of notes here. Oh, 12%, all that stuff. That's
yeah, we already talked about that. Now, let's talk about the city. We
love talking about the city.
The city is also considering putting up "Welcome to Las Cruces" signs.
That's true, because how can you be miserable about Idaho if you can't figure out where Las Cruces is? Idaho Street.
Well, people pulling into town already know that this is Las Cruces.
And we give them ample warning.
Do we need a sign telling them or reminding them? But
a lot of cities
here.
have that. You know, those are nice. That's like a postcardy sign.
Uh-huh.
But the previous sign is like the kind that you see in people, you know, in many cute cities. If you say "Welcome to," people go,
well, you go down
they
to the,
like us.
Down to the Texas border here on Interstate 10. It says "Welcome to New Mexico."
That's true. Ours are not going to be as elaborate because that covers up the whole street. But I'm sure once we put up those welcome signs, it'll cause some traffic hazard for a while. And then, like the bridge that's going to take forever to build in Mesquite.
Yes.
You know, did you read the paper that said it'll be done in 2015? Did you read that?
To replace one bridge?
There's because of the weather problems. You know, this was before this last week of rain, so their weather problems are a lot bigger. But it should be done. It said November.
You know,
I read 2014.
In the real world, they get these things done.
You just plunk a bridge down and get the heck out of there. That's all you got to do.
In Los Angeles, when they had a big earthquake and they had to replace several overpasses,
it was done.
They got bonuses for finishing early, and they did. And of course, over there, they don't have chimpanzee construction.
Well, is that who we use? Well, and when you play Sim City, all you do is you have to press something on the computer and the bridge goes up right away. It's a lot easier than this reality crap. Who likes reality anyway? That's not bad. But, you know, isn't it redundant? What else can you say about New Mexico other than chili? Please tell us something new.
Poverty, teenage pregnancy,
low education
bad
ability.
Education, worst in child abuse.
No, we're the best in child abuse, not the worst. We have the most child abuse, so we're the best of child abuse.
Oh, okay. We're
pretty
number one.
good.
Number one!
We are. And, you know, we've been fighting with Mississippi all along.
Yes. We're neck and neck, Tom.
I know. So we have to work harder. Work harder to be best at something that's worst. We can do that.
Sure we can.
I don't think Mississippi probably doesn't have a show like this, so we beat them in that.
Ah, that's
Yeah,
true.
so we should go compare. So what we're talking about, I lost track here.
Well, you know, we were talking about
Right,
this. It was all things city.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
here's another thing I'm kind of mad about Las Cruces. They claim they want to hire a film liaison.
Oh.
Someone who will promote Las Cruces to the filmmakers to bring their movie productions here, and then when they do come here, they will assist the productions so that they have a nice stay in Las Cruces and all their needs are taken care of. And then when they leave here, they tell their friends to come to Las Cruces to make a movie because everything runs smoothly when you come to Las Cruces. Well, the city isn't really serious about it. Once again, they'd rather have a person who is more into economic development than film liaison. They figure they can teach film liaison to anybody.
It's the same as industrial liaison,
I say you
right?
can teach economic development to anybody. You can also teach mayor and city council to anybody. But people who had 30 years in the film business, like I do, and others in Las Cruces, who weren't even considered for the job of film liaison, tells me that they're really not serious about it. Once again,
Why don't you give your card to the people now?
Well, I am a
You know,
film.
it feels like you're talking to me when I look.
I already am a film liaison. I just don't do it for the city of Las Cruces. I do it for the productions that come in here, and I charge for my services. And
oh yeah, you work here too.
well, I work for Las Cruces Studios, sure. And if you want to do a production,
If you call this work.
through the auspices of Las Cruces Studios, we will come and shoot a commercial in your business. We will come and shoot your event, or we'll shoot your own TV show for you, just like this one here.
We'll even shoot your husband's lover.
We will. Oh, and film it.
You'll do the filming. I'll do the
you should
shooting.
do
You
the
know,
shooting.
you got to break up. That's why you don't understand industry. There's division of labor.
That's true.
Yes.
Well, that's where the unions come in.
Division of labor. Yes, and we don't have any for that. So because we're too small. So
Yes.
So we'll keep our designated jobs.
Keeping the theme with the city,
Yeah.
our illustrious Mayor Ken Miyagishima this
He
week
said it right.
encountered former Senator Pete Domenici at the Domenici Conference here in Las Cruces
That's a
and
good
gave him
picture.
a bobblehead of himself. Now, I'm not sure which one of these is the bobblehead.
Well, it depends on what political party. Actually, it doesn't really depend on political party anymore because he's voting with the Republican bloc right now.
Well, the Chamber of Commerce.
And he is
he's in
business guy.
Yeah.
So the reason he gave that to Domenici, and he asked for it back because he actually bought it for his newly
new
married wife in Vegas and thought it would be a really big joke. And it's a pretty good joke. And it's not a bad bobblehead either.
Where do you
You go to a bobblehead making store. I guess they
Vegas?
paint your, they do.
They
you can
take
do
a
everything
picture
with it.
and then vacuum form it?
They stick your head into one of those new
shrink it.
copying machines that does 3D imaging.
Ah.
So you cut your head off, you stick it in the machine, they make a bobblehead, they put your head back on, and they put your fake head on a bobblehead. It's very simple, except
Oh.
getting your head back onto your body.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, it's pretty easy.
And I get it. Which one's the bobblehead? Here on the picture?
What am I, a genius? I don't know crap like that. You'll have to decide yourself. So he gave so many presents to Domenici. What else is left? Now I'm expecting a bobblehead for my birthday from you because you've given me so many presents. What's there left to give?
Oh,
Nothing else.
When you're as generous a man as I am.
You know what you could give me?
What's that?
Salsa from Andalays.
Ooh.
Yes, because
I hear it's pretty good.
I hear it won an election of some sort.
Election?
Yes, I think it went. Am I confusing it with Scotland?
It won
Competition.
It won the
Well, it's
battle.
an election.
Battle of the Salsas up in the State Fair in Albuquerque.
And what's funny is that they hadn't been in those because they're too late with their samples. This time they said, "Oh, we'll give you a little extra time." So everybody rushed down to Andalays. You like their salsa bar?
I
'Cause
do.
They give you a choice.
They
of
have several
salsa.
salsas there. It's one of my favorite aspects of the restaurant.
It's a good restaurant too. I
And
like it.
so they congratulations to Andalays, and they're starting to put their salsa in jars that you can buy in certain places around town.
And they bought a person who already does that. So they're incorporating and extending their line.
Yes.
They have a great, well, nacho plate. They do have great enchiladas and tacos.
About the old, what's the name of that salsa company they bought? Old Gringo? Or?
Yeah, something like that. El
No.
Gringo.
And now also, the best green chili cheeseburger competition was just held.
Yes.
And
who won that? Fuddruckers.
Number one was Fuddruckers. We don't have a Fuddruckers in Las Cruces.
No, and we used to have a Fuddruckers in El Paso, but I think it closed down.
The one there on Mesa?
Yeah, I think it did close down.
Ooh.
Yes, we went there once. It wasn't so great.
Fuddruckers.
Who won second?
Number 2 was Church Street Grill in Carlsbad.
Really?
Yeah.
Of all places, you got to go to Carlsbad.
Yeah. Number
Rockin'
3
BZ
was
Burgers,
Rockin' BZ,
which used to be here, yet closed.
But the Alamogordo outlet came in third.
Although we tried the one here and it wasn't so great. You know who's got a really good one? Sparky's. Sparky's has a good...
And they didn't even place this year.
That's amazing. You never know.
And of course, BZ Rockin' Burgers went out of business because why? They did
weren't
not
that good.
advertise on Channel 98 or anywhere else for that matter.
That's right. And neither did Fuddruckers in El Paso, and that's why they're out of business.
There it is.
And neither did Sunshine Donut, Daylight Donut. And they're out of business
gone.
on
See what happens?
See, you don't advertise.
And so it was cheeseburger week here, wasn't it?
Yes, and Thursday you got a free cheese. It's a little late now, but you free cheeseburgers at Ruby Tuesday with another entree.
I see.
But Ruby Tuesdays usually has a 50% off or something, so it's virtually the same thing. But it really makes you want to have a cheeseburger just talking about it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yes.
It does. I do. What else?
And the Whataburger stores were closed. Now they to update their system.
Right. The Whataburger's franchisee found somebody else he wanted to franchise, left, so Whataburgers took them over themselves, which can only be a good thing because when you deal with your own stores, you know what you're doing.
I guess so. And finally tonight, downtown.
Oh, we're not finally.
Poetry reading tonight.
As well as the play at the
tonight's
at the Rio Grande.
Well, let me finish this one first.
Okay, you finish this.
From 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock tonight at the Unsettled Gallery. That's 905 North Mesquite. As a poetry reading, Raoul Dorn will be reading his poems.
He's a visual artist as well as a poet.
And so, you got tickets there?
I got tickets. The play at the Rio Grande Theater. There's still tickets probably available outside Mullingar, and it's being done by the Fusion Theater. If you remember last year, they did that Vanya, Sasha,
yes, it was
and
good.
Spike, which was really well done.
And,
so you can still get tickets. It opens at
and what else is coming up, Michael, this week?
Well, this
Next
week is the beginning of Rosh Hashanah.
I see.
Rosh Hashanah.
Now, and what will you be doing for the occasion?
I will be atoning for the sins that you've committed.
Oh, okay.
Because I ran out of my own.
Rather you than me, that's for
Rosh
sure.
Hashanah is a week-long ceremony, actually an 8-day ceremony, which ends in the Day of Atonement, Yom Kippur, where if you're an observant Jew, you fast for an entire day.
A whole day.
Luckily, we can eat before and after, so it's fine.
And with that, we're going to have to wrap it up like a ram's horn.
Happy New Year.
And thanks for joining us right here on Double Talk.